These Japanese people on these islands have the longest average lifespan and literally evolved separately. Hi, welcome to Learn Something Sunday, where I read an academic article and I share it with you so we can learn something together. This week I read this article on the Ryukyuan people of the Okinawan island. Right off the bat, disregard what I said in the intro. That was just an attention grabber. The Ryukyuan people, while part of the Japanese nation now, are very much a separate culture and should be treated as such, the same way native cultures in America are not the same as white people. So there's a big question in Japan as a whole, but especially these smaller islands, on the origins of the people there. Most ancient fossils of people on these islands are something completely different. It's unlikely that those are the ancestors of modern-day Ryukyuan people, as modern-day Ryukyuan people are most likely from mainland Japan a long time ago and came over, although there is a chance that some of the southern Ryukyuan people have their origins in Taiwan and the Philippine Islands instead. But what's super interesting is because these islands are islands and thus so isolated, their cultures developed almost entirely in isolation. The cultures there are very disconnected from the surrounding areas and even Japan, which we now associate them with because they were colonized later on. Even just the difference between northern and southern Ryukyuans was huge for a long time. They weren't one political identity until like the 1500s. There's a ton of archaeological evidence of the difference in cultures. Their buildings and pottery were all different for the longest time, and we theorize that this is just because there wasn't really a reason for them to be leaving the islands. The islands had the resources, and they wouldn't be able to see the southern Ryukyuan islands from the northern islands and vice versa, so there really wasn't much of a reason for them to try to go anywhere. All of this means that there is a rich culture in Okinawa and the Ryukyuan Islands, and the Ryukyuan cultures are fascinating. I love them. They hold a special place in my heart, and they are what I want to research the most as I go further into anthropology. And I encourage you to research them too, because they really are interesting, but unfortunately, both the American government and the Japanese government have historically tried to destroy this culture. So, you know, I know this video didn't really go into as much as I usually go into with these shorts, but I just really wanted to bring up how interesting the Ryukyuan cultures are, because I feel like a lot of people don't even know they exist because Japan is Japan, but that's just not how it works. So, I hope you learned something.